So I saw a video where you was talking about like being wait, hold on. Shit.
I'm like, no, this nigga's cooked.
Bro, I'm fried, bro. Like, give me a second. Wait.
Hold on, let's get.
Uh,
All right. This is the fifth reaction that I've done today. Having some technical issues, that's not the point. We are reacting to this, find your direction in life now and change forever one-on-one deep conversation. This video is by TyKwonDoe, and we will be breaking down the direction of this individual alongside TyKwonDoe and seeing how he's helped this person change their life forever and change their direction, and also adding in some tips for you guys to do that for yourself. So let's get right into it.
here you go. You was
This nigga's cooked.
talking about like being sure of yourself, like unconditionally, like unconditional self-love,
Confidence.
Let him cook it.
Yeah.
Let him cook it first.
and like
And I said, if it could be taken away, you never had it to begin with. It's conditional.
exactly.
Right.
And when I heard that, that really, like, that you really spoke to me in that moment. But I feel like I've always had trouble cultivating that kind of.
You know what it is?
What?
It is trust. That's the most important word probably in the world right now. Men don't trust women. People don't trust the truth. People don't trust themselves. People don't trust God.
Hold on, let me. You better cook it up real quick before he start frying. I wanted to briefly mention something that I was just watching in another one of these videos that I was attempting to react to. Let me know if you guys like this video. I'll do more reactions to TyKwonDoe's content. His content is extremely helpful and it's been beneficial to me in my process of learning more about purpose and direction. And I've even, seen some of his coaching and was able to be a part of some of his group calls and his Patreon. So definitely go check that out too. And then I also have some coaching. But before I get into that, right, this topic of trust that he is about to dive into relates to something that I learned in his other video, which was being able to be rooted in that actual thing, right? And trusting yourself at that root and being sure of yourself so you are unshaken. And when you meet these things that may have thrown you off in the past, such as rejection, such as failure, such as being thrown off your path in any which way, you are still rooted in that thing, right? In that confidence, in that trust in yourself, and in that love. And we want to make sure, and the reason why this individual, I'm going to guess ahead of time, I'm going to put money on him not operating from a place of that actual emotion or that actual thing, or operating from that place of love and instead operating from a place of lack. So I'm going to put money on right now. I've actually never seen this video before, but I'm going to put money on that he's operating from a place of lack, where he lacks that confidence and he lacks that self-trust and he lacks that ability to be rooted deeply in that and to dig his roots into that, and no matter what, be able to move through those different variations or do those through those different roadblocks on his path. But I'll put 1,000 on that right now. It's some type of lack, and let me guess, it comes from childhood trauma. Let's just guess that right now, all right? And let's put money on that. Let's see what the bet actually comes down to.
People don't trust nothing. They don't believe in, right.
Yeah.
The point I'm making with confidence, though, is that trust, you do or you don't. How do I have trust somebody?
You can't.
Right. I do or I don't. And if I question it slightly, then I probably don't. That's just the truth.
Word.
It's the same with yourself. Now, there's probably a reason you don't trust yourself, though. Because you can go in the mirror right now and say, yo, you the fucking man, dog. All the hoes love you, man. You can say, you go in the mirror and say that shit right now, right? But if you know you ain't got no hoes. You right there. I know
This
you
nigga,
know.
man, watch out. Yo, this nigga did not just do a promo in the middle of my vid. Nigga funny as shit. Nah, W promo though. Go check out this skincare. Hopefully his promo code still. Go ahead, tap in.
In comment, have no. Then guess what? Deep down inside, subconsciously, you know it's bullshit.
Cat.
So which one gonna have more power?
So that's that thing of actually not being rooted in that true belief and the truth of it, the truly believe in that thing, right? That you truly are confident, you truly are that nigga, you truly suave, you truly believe those things at that root. And it's ultimately bullshit because when you are shaken or when something doesn't go your way, or you go out and you put yourself out there and you end up quote unquote failing compared to that standard or compared to other standards, then you are thrown off your path and you can't you don't believe in that anymore. You're not confident, you're not this, you're not that. And then you know, it takes you so much more time to get back on that path to make yourself pseudo believe that you are this and you are that. And then ultimately you get knocked off your path again because you have to look at the root of it. What is truly causing you to not believe in yourself, trust yourself, to be able to be confident through the thick and the thin, right? What is truly stopping you from being able to do that?
That
Which you
subconscious
right?
belief.
Because so you trust that,
Right.
and we can't avoid that, right? Now, guess what? You could change that voice though, and you can show yourself different things about you. You can show yourself who you are. You can show yourself you're dependable, you're reliable. You can show yourself you mean what you say. You can show yourself the opposite. Man, every time this dude say he gonna do something, he'll never do it.
Mm.
Every time he make a goal, he'll never finish it to the end. You-
You got to prove yourself wrong.
you're always watching yourself, bro.
Right.
So when you have an opinion of yourself, or you don't trust yourself, you don't believe in yourself, you ain't confident, it's because you are always paying attention to what you do, why you do it, and what you think.
Mm.
So now when it's time to go in the mirror and say you him, you Mr. Bitches, and the voice in your head say, man, you know you ain't got no, it's because you know you've been watching yourself. You can't.
And that's another thing too. You shouldn't root your belief. I'm sure he's going to get to this, which is why he's like setting him up for success here. You shouldn't root that in if you are Mr. Bitches or not, right? Whether you got 100,000 quote unquote woman in your phone or zero, you should still believe that regardless. And that is what he's going to get to, which I'm sure is why he's leading in this direction of, you know, why he's using woman as a representative, because I'm pretty sure he's trying to get him to say that's the reason why he doesn't feel confident, or he's trying to assume that that's the reason why is because he feels like, you know, he's using the metric of woman to validate his confidence, right? Whether you have zero or whether you have 100, like Kobe said, like Kobe's dad said, and this is what changed Kobe's lack to love, whether you scored zero or whether you scored 60, Kobe's dad said he would love him regardless, right? And that changed Kobe's perception of himself and of his pursuit of purpose to be the best and one of the best basketball players of all time, to that of love, where he could operate from love. He wasn't operating from lack, and he truly believed, truly, as you can see through his actions and through his dedication and through his ability to not negotiate with himself and to prove himself wrong every single time, that he was going to become that and that he truly believed that.
Can't lie to
Word.
yourself. So the real thing is to cultivate that, is to stand on the truth. It's the strongest foundation a person can have, the truth. And it's the strongest thing a person can stand on, the facts, what's real. Right?
Right.
And when it comes to confidence, right? I trust myself. I'm confident in myself. Now, I trust, right? Like we already said, trust you do or you don't, right?
Right.
So it comes time to approach a woman, give a speech, make an investment, right? I
Mm-hmm.
trust myself or I don't. I believe in myself or I don't. I stand by my decision or I don't. This is not faith. Let me tell you why it's not faith.
Hmm.
Because if I get my trust from facts and I get my trust from real shit, then everything
You
I
don't need it.
trust, why don't I need faith? I can't believe in something and know it at the same time.
So this is an interesting topic, actually. I'm interested to see what he determines to be fact or faux, quote unquote, or where he gets this information from to make these decisions that are based on fact and not just going out and making these investments based on his faith. And I'm pretty sure he's going to say the belief and the trust in himself, But I want to see what he says about the actual information, if he's going to go that route.
Wait,
I
say that
can't
again.
I can't believe something and know it at the same time.
It's contradictory.
That's a whole different conversation. But
Oh, I know. I see
you
what you're saying
can't
now.
believe something that you know.
Right.
Because you know it. So why would you need to believe it? Now I want to blow everybody's heads off. So let's just take a step back.
No, no, no.
If my confidence is on real shit, if it's on facts,
Okay,
I
I
don't need
see.
to
I
question
see.
myself. I don't need to believe in myself. Because I know I'm prepared. I
But
know I
I feel like that's different than just the example that he was going before were based off of risk of investment or things like that. I don't know, your knowing is much different. You create your knowing, honestly. The knowing of confidence in yourself is created within. You know and you trust yourself, so that's how you develop that confidence within, because you know and you've tested yourself and you've proved to yourself over and over again through those tests and through those feats of trust that you are confident, and then that knowing follows right up. But I don't know, like I'm not sure where the other part plays in. I'll see if he ties
I
it in.
got it, and I know I'll be good anyway. So what the fuck is the point of trying to believe in myself? I know myself.
Oh
Under
shit.
any condition, under any circumstance, success or failure, I know myself.
Right.
What's the difference? I walk up to her. She say, "Oh no, you ugly." I know myself. I don't like. What's the difference? She say, "Oh, I love
Hmm.
you." What's the difference? I know myself. Oh, I like you. I would be like, what? I know myself.
Got to know
I'm
yourself.
not up or down. I know myself. I'm firm. It's the foundation is strong. I don't want to talk too much,
Right.
but let's keep going.
All right. So, building off of that. So, instead of if knowing yourself is better than believing in yourself, what is the like? What can I do to know myself? Like, how do I get to know myself as? Hmm.
Show yourself who you are.
The proof. You got to test yourself and ask yourself questions. You know, the way you can get to those tests, the way you can figure out what tests are for you, and the way that you need to test yourself is by asking yourself why. So in this example, he is lacking that self-belief. He has to ask himself why he's, feeling that lack of self-belief, or that lack of trust, that lack of confidence. And then once he determines why, which will probably be chalked up to his experiences with women, then he knows that those are the tests that he needs to take. So that's a very that's an example that's like neither here nor there. I don't necessarily think that's important for purpose, or it should be, you know, a lot. It should be focused on. But let's say that's what he truly desires, right? That's his true desire. Honestly, think that is a little bit more surface level than what we are going for. But let's just say in this example that his why is he stops at because of his lack of woman, right? His lack of companionship, his lack of love. So who does he need to become to achieve that, or to test himself? He needs to become someone who is confident enough to approach women, to be able to hold conversations, to be able, whatever who he thinks he needs to become to achieve that, or to test himself, that is what he would go out and test. For this example, let's say he has issues approaching. So his test would be to approach women, and to still know that at the end of the day that he is confident, he is handsome, he is this, he is that. And then so who does he need to be? He needs to be someone that is confident enough to do it. What does he need to do? He needs to be someone that does it, and that goes out and does the test. And then when does he need to do it? He needs to do that consistently. He needs to build up, and this is something that I learned from Taekwondo, just building up those calluses of doing it over and over again, till the rejections and the pain and the things that would usually throw you off that path don't anymore. So when does he need to do it? He needs to do it consistently. He needs to do it constantly. He needs to do it. He has to put a time block on his schedule that says approach woman, go to the mall, approach a woman for an hour straight, back to back to back to back, right? And then the last part is where. Like he needs to determine where he needs to allocate his time. And honestly, this example is like more surface level. I want to remind you again that this example seems like a cover up for a deeper issue, which could probably be rooted in like, you know, lack of companionship, lack of love for self, et cetera, lack of trust would be deeper. But in this example, you know, it seems like that's where he is leaning towards.
Look for it though. You gotta. It's one thing to show yourself who you are. That's number one. That's my first answer. And my second answer is genuinely look at yourself. It's something I think the ads might have just ran, so I would probably pause it for this because this is important. It's something. It's something my guy Steve said. He said instead of looking into the mirror, most people look out the window.
Oh shit. Damn.
And that shit had me crying, but it's true.
Yeah, that's facts though.
Most people don't look in the mirror; they look out the window.
Damn.
And the thing about a window is what? That the person on the other side
can see you.
Thank you. So you're looking out at the window, not seeing yourself or not reflecting. Everybody else can see you though.
I didn't think he was going that way.
You don't see yourself. You paying attention to everybody else and everything else. So it's one thing to note. Oh my! I gotta wait for the ads, bro.
Yo, it be like
I should probably try to fix that.
I know you don't be like setting that.
I did when I chat. Listen,
More ads, I think.
I skipped the ads.
window, and after that I said, "What's the thing about a window? That the other person can what? See you, but you can't see yourself. You don't see yourself. You're not reflecting, right? Like a mirror would.
Right.
And the thing about it, the person who looks in the mirror rather than the person who looks out the window outside of themselves rather than the person who looks to themselves or within themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference.
One from within.
That's the simple difference of the explanation. The window versus the mirror. One person looks outside of themselves, one person looks to themselves. If I keep looking to myself, what happens over time? I want to buy a car. Oh, let's not make something big like that, because even if I wanted to buy a car, I would probably do my research, whatever, right?
Right.
But I want to let's go with buy a car. Go with buy a car. Let's say even when I do my research, I tested my decision first. I'm calculating, is it a good decision? All that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to buy a car. If I looked to myself when I wanted to buy a car, if I looked to myself when I wanted to go to the gym today, if I looked to myself when I wanted to start a new book or a new business, what happens over time as I keep looking to myself?
Trust.
You learn more about your decisions.
You learn more about yourself, right?
Yeah.
When you learn about something, then you what?
You understand it more.
So then you what?
You know it.
He's literally what he's doing right now. This is why. Like this is him saying why. He's doing what we do, which is a chain of why, which is not something new. This is not a new concept. He's asking why to get to the root, right, of what this decision of him going to himself is based in. And I'm sure he's gonna say exactly what I think he's gonna say.
This nigga time, man. What the hell? You understand it more.
So then you what?
You know it.
Thank you.
And when you know, then what? You trust.
This nigga time, man. What the hell?
He's talking about
Come on, man. And then you trust
as
what you know.
That. Right.
You trust what you know instinctively, which is why you can't go in the mirror and lie to yourself, because instinctively you're going to trust what you know.
On a subconscious level, before you even say anything.
In your core. Can't lie to yourself.
At your root.
Word.
And if a person has trained eyes, you damn sure can't lie to them.
Holy shit. I'm about to go look in the mirror, bro.
It's not even literal, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's like,
man, he said people don't look in the mirror, they look out the window.
Oh, that's fire. That's so fire.
That shit be wrong, but it was deep. This is why I fuck with Steve. This is why me and Steve click how we do.
Yo, shout out Steve.
I'm telling you, bro. We feed each other. It's crazy, bro. It's like everything he say, it just speaks my language, and everything I say, it speaks like it clicked. You know what I'm saying?
You have a lot of sayings like that where like you just say something that's so concise and clear. It's like what the.
I try to
How
be
did I
better
not
because
realize
sometimes
that?
I try to be better because sometimes people say like, oh, I really don't be understanding what you're saying.
Yeah, same with me. I'm developing my own analogies. He does have some fire analogies. I would say one of the better ones that I'm developing right now, not only the 5 Ws framework and the root analogy, where the outer decisions are the decision, or they're the beliefs that we have, there are actions, there are decisions, our beliefs, and there our purpose is out there too. And then the branches, right? We use the branches as why, and then the trunk, right, leads to the root, which the branches come into, right? You guys seen a tree before, and then at that root is, the root of the tree, where the root of either operation from lack or operation from love comes from. And then that root is cultivated by the people who water it, right? And who waters us, who feeds us when we are growing up, who trains us, who teaches us positive versus negative reinforcement. That is our environment, our parents, our school systems, our all of that different things, and all of those different things that are around us. So you have to see who watered you to learn about, yourself. And then once you learn about your own roots and ask yourself why, then you will determine your purpose. And then that purpose will lead you on a path of a fulfilling life, right? My
Nah,
lips are
I
so
be getting what
dry.
you
I've been talking for like 4 hours straight. My lips
saying,
are.
bro, for real.
Chat, did everything that was just said make sense? So what's the point of fake it till you make it? I believe that can be helpful. I'm not going to throw that away. I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to throw away fake it till you make it. That was a great question. You know why I think fake it till you make it can be helpful? Because to a certain extent, a part of you might be too stubborn in doubting you.
Mm.
So you're not lying to yourself. You're actually.
What does that mean? Too stubborn to doubt yourself? Or too ignorant?
Trying to make an attempt to be Mr. Him or trust yourself or know yourself more, right? You're making an attempt, you're making decisions to get there, to cultivate that, right? As you said, to get there, right? Or to be that person.
Oh, I see. So basically who you are now is who you're trying to become. You don't it's not necessarily fake. I wouldn't say it's fake. I would say it takes practice and it takes action. So during those first couple of steps, you have to still realize who you are without getting too far ahead of yourself. That's why I wouldn't say that's a bad way of doing it, but I think he's going to say the same here, where during those first couple of steps that some people may already jump to the knowingness, or some people may, stay a little bit closer to themselves and allow themselves to level up, right? Or be, it all depends on how aware you are of yourself, how true you are to your core.
And the voice in your head is like, you know you ain't shit. Like you can't do it. You blah 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 blah. So I think if I say something like fake it till you make it, it's standing in that feeling. Like I trust myself. Fuck it. Like I'm making a commitment to be better. I'm making a commitment to do and stay on my grind. I'm not going to lie to myself, but I'm going to wear the confidence now. I'm going to wear it on me. Like I'm going to stand on this shit now. And even if I don't truly deep down inside believe in myself yet, I'm gonna fake it till I make it. I think that's
I wouldn't necessarily say it's fake though. I feel like taking a step in the direction is what is truly the thing that the I wouldn't call it fake knowing though. I feel like the start of knowing is what truly makes you believe it, but I wouldn't call that fake though.
the only way it's applicable. But I don't believe in lying to yourself. I don't believe in wearing masks. You know why?
What?
Darian the GOAT, I appreciate the T1 sub. Ayo Civ, the 13 months. Big P, the OG with the 2 months. One thing I learned in life is that bullshit look good until some real shit come.
Mm.
Bullshit
facts.
look good until some real shit come. If I was bullshit, right, and then I go on a Ruby Rosie date, or even an IRL thing, like a blind date, or even one of y'all meet me in real life, now I get exposed because I was bullshit. But if I'm real shit, if what you see is what you get, if it's real, I have no worries. There's nothing that can expose me. And in fact, I am universal now. And by universal, I mean like, you could take me to Dubai and I'm going to be able to have a conversation. I'm going to be an intelligent man. You could take me to Africa and I'm going to be an intelligent man. You could take me to North Dakota. You could take me to Brazil. You could, no matter where the fuck you take me or who you put me in front of, I'm going to be who I am because I'm real. Whether I'm in the UK with Cheyenne, LA with Melly, Atlanta with Riley, or
what else?
It don't matter. I'm me.
Word.
That's what you get when you get some real shit. You don't change. You are who you are. It is what it is.
It's a good feeling too. It's like being strong or being structured or rooted in your identity that you've chosen for yourself. You know. Not
Then when you want
chosen
some
for you.
bullshit, that's when you gotta shape shift. That's when you gotta be a chameleon. That's when you gotta change for everything around you. That's when you live in fear. You whatever. It could be like a skill. If you good at math, where are you not good at math?
Nowhere.
If you can shoot a basketball, where can you not shoot?
Nowhere.
But if you can only shoot in the corner, all we gotta do is
never shoot from the top of the key.
Come on now. All we gotta do is move you to the top.
That's an interesting perspective on working on your weaknesses too. You got to make sure that not only you know your weaknesses through self-awareness, asking yourself why, but also how to improve on those. Like, who do you need to become that who does that shooter need to become to be a better shooter? They need to be a shooter who can shoot from all around the court, all around the three-point line, not just the corner. Okay, what do they need to do? They need to work on shooting three-pointers from around the key, from around the three-point line. Okay, when do they need to do it? To be a better shooter, it takes thousands and thousands and thousands of shots a week, a month, thousands of shots minimum a day. You know, Steph, I know you've seen Steph videos of Steph Curry where he's making hundreds of threes back to back. Like, that's a high level of shooting and a high level of consistency. And that didn't come by mistake. He did the reps. He was consistent in his pursuit of becoming a great shooter and improving. I'm sure at one point he was a weak shooter, right? When you're young, we're all shooting from our chest, you know. And now he took time and he worked on that. And the way that he got there was by perfecting the fundamentals. So how this shooter in this example, going from the corner to around the key, who does he have to become? Someone who can shoot from around the key. What does he have to do? He has to shoot from around the key. When does he have to do it? Consistently, 2 or 3 hours a day, 1,000 shots minimum a day. Okay, and where in his schedule can he put that in? And then he just plugs that in, and he does it consistently. He does it with structure, and then that is his purpose. He's aligning his passions. Success.
But if you can shoot, you can shoot. Put me in the corner, the top of the key, the shoulder. I don't give a fuck where you put me. I can shoot, nigga. That's real shit. That ain't no bullshit.
Like someone breaking in my door.
So that's why I lean towards what I lean towards, because it's like I see that people get exposed, people fold under pressure, people life hits you with a moment, and you ain't ready for it. Come on now, you can get another one. You can get another one, but you don't. I'm telling you, when the universe line you up and you ain't ready, oh my God, it's the saltiest feeling of it. Because you played yourself.
Word. And that real shit is built off of knowing yourself.
Embracing what it is. Now, the reason people can't do that, Expo with the big 20 fucking months.
After a month, let's get it.
Che, y'all ready to keep cooking? People can't embrace who they are, or what they know or the truth or what they can trust, right? Even though it's the same shit that they gonna love and that will make them stronger.
Yeah.
Why do you think they can't? It's very simple. It's simple. Why do you think they can't? There's no right answer. There's a couple of answers, honestly, but why do you think they can't?
Um.
I mean, awareness, lack of awareness, fear, basing their judgments off of others, not having their own sense of self, their own sense of judgment. And I'll put all money in on trust.
I don't know. Maybe they just don't. It's not in their frame of mind. Like they don't really think about that kind of thing, and it
Why
just.
would they not think about it? Why would they avoid it? Simple, very simple. Think simple. Don't think hard. Just why would they avoid that? It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's difficult. Now somebody could say insecurity, but you have an insecurity and I'm secure. Right? You're special. Your problems are. It's something my fucking piano teacher said to me. She said you're special. Your problems are not. Everybody can feel anxiety from approaching a woman. Everybody can feel anxiety from giving a public speech. Everybody can, bro. If we go to the gym, right?
Yeah.
And I put 185 pounds on the bench.
I'm benching it.
That's not my point. My point is that
nah,
that 185 is no different for me, you, or the next person.
Yeah, where it's the same way.
It's just one of us gonna pick it up easier, and it's probably me. Why would I pick it up easier? Because I'm stronger. But what made me stronger? The same hard, tough shit that I'm avoiding. So damn, it's like a a circle. There's no start and there's no end.
You guys ever seen the Kobe logo? Or and it's not just his logo, but the snake is eating its tail. It's similar to that, right? So it's this like cycle of figuring it out and improving yourself and then figuring it out more, and you just keep upping the levels, right? But you're going in a circle, and we get to choose our circles, in this example he says problems. Your problems aren't special. He's talking about weight. So how you would improve. So he's not going to, depending on who you are and your view of improvement, or how you see yourself improving in life, you're not gonna just want to stay at 185. You're gonna try to progress up in weight in this example, right? And so you're gonna be weaker at some point. Then once you go up weight, you're gonna be weaker at some point, and then slowly but surely, as you continue to face that fear of it crushing your chest and your throat, then you become stronger, not only mentally but physically, as you continue to attempt this new weight, right? When you get to 225, first that you can't pick it up, and you in your basement and you can't breathe. And then eventually your mom come down and save you. Then you go to the gym, you get a spotter, they help you, you get half a rep. Then you come around and you get 3/4, and the spotter helps you. And then the next time you come around, you do some more lighter weight, you get stronger, you perfect your form, and then you come around, you get it, right? Boom, 225. We're over here in this circle. The circle is over here. This is like the 220. This is like the part where you get to the new weight. This right side over here. But then, depending on your viewpoint, depending on if you want to improve, or your view on improvement in life or progression and growth, then you're back at the bottom again, right? It's just this circle of improvement. And we all have different circles. Like this is just a weightlifting example. Even an example from me, right? Let's talk about my situation that I'm in right now. I'm practicing reactions, right? I'm practicing my framework, my word path, how I'm making this entertaining while bouncing off the points that he's making, trying not only to add my own spiel and my own spin on things, not trying but doing my own spin on things, but also not being so agreeable, like introducing points that are somewhat different to the conversation, because if you wanted to watch his video, you would just go watch his video, right? But adding my own spin on thing, adding my own framework, right, that allows us to develop a different understanding and a different perspective than what's just going on right in this conversation. So I'm right here. I'm in the I I messed up 4 times today, 4 or 5 times. I messed up recording these different reactions, right? So first time, I get closer. Every single time I get closer, and then eventually when I post my first reaction, boom, posted my first reaction. First reaction done, thumbnail edited, title, description, tags, boom, boom, boom. Okay, now I'm back at square one again. Now I have to do another one. Now I have to look back at that film, and this is where studying yourself is so important, because once you study yourself, you see where you're weak at, and then you see where you can improve on. So it might be my technique. Before, when I first started up this stream in this OBS, sometimes I wouldn't press record. Okay, now I have to make sure that I press record. As you guys saw sometime in the stream, I went and looked if I was recording. Okay, before my frames weren't right. Okay, now I see my frames weren't right, change my frames. Okay, boom, change my frames. Now I see this, okay, and I keep making improvements along the way.
I avoid things that are hard, but the hard things make me stronger for me to deal with.
And it's hard, like going back and not trying not to be frustrated, and keeping myself sane throughout this process of learning how to do these reactions and learning how to react to content and learning, when to time it and not pause too much and this and that. It's not easy, but I have to, because I'm aligned with my purpose and because I'm fueled by it. Now it becomes less of a strain. I just do it with ease.
Harder things or more difficult things. But if I always avoid them, then I'm not getting stronger. And if I'm not getting stronger, then I can't deal with harsh.
Yeah, I see where you're going.
You get it?
I see where you're going.
People think life gonna get easier. It's not. You just gonna get stronger or not. Come on now, let me cook, man. Let me fucking cook, man.
You cooking, bro. God damn.
See what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, fuck. You answered my question, bro.
Ain't nobody life easier than somebody else's life. Some people just have different levels of strength.
Word.
All right, man. All right,
let's look at this.
Myself and my personality and everything. So I really do appreciate that for real.
Boy, got a nice.
So
not if you saying you ain't got motion, man. You know what I'm saying? But
here we go. This is my favorite topic right here. Motion. Let's see what Motion Man's talking about.
alt Ty, okay, it's hard out here.
This is like a character in my book, right? Motion.
Brother?
all right, bro. It's cool, bro. It's cool, bro. It's cool, bro. What's going on, brother?
But nah, I just want to say I appreciate you coming here. I just want to give you your flowers. I appreciate the work you've been putting in, man. Coming back from break, I see you putting in the work with the moon and all the vision. I really respect it.
Yeah, I was blessed to have help with this. You know what I'm saying? I really was.
Yeah, for sure. And you've been part of my journey and improving myself and my personality and everything. So I really do appreciate that for real. So
not if you saying you ain't got motion, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's all right. It's all right. And as a man, we don't give as men we don't give each other flowers. You know what I'm saying? Pay respects, props, something like that. But I don't go.
That's toxic.
With the men handing them flowers. You know what I'm saying? But we know what it means.
Yeah.
Just wanted to let them know. All right, what's going on, brother?
So a question I wanted to ask you was there's sometimes where I don't in the mood for social interaction, and I want to improve and practice my social interactions. At work, I'm kind of tired and not in the mood for it. So my question is it something that I should just do it when I feel like it, or just do it regardless? And what are your thoughts on that?
Is it a purpose to it?
Purpose to it. I mean, for me, my purpose, I feel is to help people.
I'm talking about the social interaction you're describing.
Oh, is there a purpose to it? When I'm not in the mood, not really. I don't think.
Does your mood change the purpose of a situation? Actually, it could. But the point I'm making is that just because I'm not in the mood does not mean that if I walk past Barack Obama or fucking Tony Robbins or Ray Dalio, I wouldn't ask them a question or try to establish a relationship or a connection.
Right.
Or that at my job, I wouldn't, have quick small talk because you never know. Somebody relationships are everything. Connections are everything.
Yeah.
Who you know is it's what you know, who you know, and how they know you.
Mm.
So, for example, if somebody knows you, oh, he's the guy. He's just angry and cranky. He's rude as fuck. You ain't the guy that they're gonna come to with opportunities, offers, and potential things to benefit from. With you, the guy, oh my, yo, he's a hard worker. At least always says hi, is friendly, says good morning, asks you how you doing. Actually, you know what? Somebody just asked me about this new job, or I'm gonna give somebody a raise.
Mm.
He's the guy to give it to.
God, it's like it kind of goes into that indirect attention that you talked about, like how you like are friendly with people and like other people see that and like they gravitate towards that kind of like
Well,
aura that you have around you.
this is more of an example of people gravitate towards that, and whoever they know can trust them. So let's say you got a friend at work named Joe. You don't know who Joe knows. You don't know if Joe is Will Smith's nephew, Ice Spice's cousin. Like you don't know who he knows, who he's related to. You don't. Tell me he's not. Can't say he's not. Can't say he is. Right.
Yeah.
So you knowing him. Let's say he fuck with you. Y'all fuck with each other heavy. Y'all solid. You fuck around, find out he knows somebody that can help you out, or you just don't know who people know. So I'm not saying sugarcoat and people please, because sometimes it's fuck whoever.
Yeah.
Because they deserve it. But you move with good discussions, you move with good mannerisms and respect. You never know how could it help you lay out later, years later, or it could help somebody else you know. You know what I'm saying? Damn, anybody know somebody that could fix an engine on the fly, make a post? If a lot of people fuck with me, they might not can fix it, but they might know somebody who can fix it.
That's a good point.
And they'll do it for me, and they'll make that connection. And whoever that person that they know
Word of mouth marketing.
is, I fuck with Joe. So I don't know who the fuck Giraffe is, but I fuck with Joe. I'll do it for Joe. Now you got a benefit from that. You know what I'm saying?
God, I see what you're saying. I see. Pick it up. Right.
So you might not be in the mood, but respect is respect. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like you get, like, even if you're not in the mood, like, do you feel like you get to a certain point where it's just like habitual, or like just overall like your personality if you like gain it?
What about your personality being habitual?
Like if you started from like
habitual. Let's get back into. Let me wake up real quick.
say point A where like you're not social, like you're not like
Awkward.
at like a like awkward, like at like a high like vibe.
Awkward.
Let's relate this to purpose, right? Because originally he was going down what his purpose was, which is why I was trying to listen for what he was going to say about what his purpose was, but it went a completely different direction than what I expected. But let's look at the situation where he's in right now. He's saying he's in this habit of not talking to people at work or at school, or he's not feeling motivated to be social or have these social interactions, right? And we've all been there. We've all had those times where we just don't feel like interacting. But I think it's a little bit different in this scenario because he's saying it's becoming a habit of him just completely not having the capacity to, go out and have these social interactions. And where I think this conversation is going, and I'm sure Taekwondo is about to address here, is him not stretching himself enough. So not going out and trying to stretch his capacity to do that specific behavior, to be social, to interact, to strengthen his muscles in that specific scenario, as he was saying to this other individual in the previous conversation, where he was talking about that circle of strength, right? Or that circle of getting better at something, reaching that goal, being weak at it again, and setting another goal for you to achieve, right? And going around that circle of improvement and continuing to grow. So what I'm sure he's going to address here is just him not stretching himself enough and not taking, those small steps. So he should set goals for himself. If Taekwondo doesn't say this, which I'm sure he will, just setting goals for himself to be the person that he needs to become more social. So his first he has to address the issue of why he's not social, and then he can choose to change that to abundance. So let's say his issue of not being social is his anxiety. So who does he have to become to not conquer, but to ease that anxiety in those social situations? You know, how can he become this person so he can take time, right? He can take it step by step. He can say, today I'm gonna introduce myself to a couple new people. I'm gonna have a conversation for as long as I can without stuttering or being or feeling awkward, right? Or feeling like, you know, so far and so forth. And then what does he have to do? He has to go out and have those conversations. When does he have to do it? He has to set time for himself to go out and do that. And then where does he need to put that on his schedule? Where does he need to allocate that time for him to go out, have those specific conversations for however long, and stretch his capacity to talk to more people and be more social? I digress.
And then
Versus
like you
charismatic.
got it, yeah, that
Right.
kind of thing. So like,
Yes. You know why? Because there are things that let's say somebody just naturally got a bang ass personality, like they just funny, they just like whatever, whoever they are, right?
yeah,
There are charismatic and shout out to Kilo Motion with the 9 months. My guy Jizo with the 2 years. How the fuck I missed that, man? Shout out my guy Jizo in the chat, man, with the 2 years sub, man. Damn, he not even in the chat no more, so I can't even fuck. There are a lot of good habits that are a part of like a extroverted personality, outgoing, etc. You are who you naturally are, but there are a lot of good ones. For example, eye contact. Eye contact doesn't tell me if you're introverted or extroverted. It just tells me if you're nervous or confident, right? But we assume extroverts have confidence and introverts are shy. You see, because of the habits, the actions that they
yeah.
make. So you can't really, but you can steal from each one. All day, TJ. I appreciate the 4 months, brother. I hope that made sense.
No, it did. It
Yeah.
clicked. I got that.
Another one, speaking with volume. Not talking low so like people can. Huh? Talking low so people. Huh?
Good example. All right, let's end this reaction here. Great takeaways about finding direction in life. We first had this conversation. Let's just recap real quick. Or not we, TyKwonDoe had a conversation with an individual who was having trouble trusting himself. He took him to the root, and at that root, he found there was a lack of self-confidence, self-belief. He wasn't looking at himself in the mirror. He used the example of him looking out the window and being see-through, or being people able to see him through the window, but him not being able to see himself and reflect on himself and his habits and the things that was stopping him from trusting himself and moving forward from a place of knowing, where he knew that he was confident and he knew he had trust. He knew who he was, this person who he said he was. And he claimed that, and he actually believed it. And then he acted from that place, and nothing was able to shake his confidence, right? He took him there. He's taking this guy here where he's able to take him from the steps from not being as social to learning how to be more social and adapting those habits that people believe make you more social and more confident, such as eye contact, such as tone of voice, right? Voice inflection, not being like scooch down or scooch down, like talking up, keeping your chest up, back straight, chest out, eyes up, neck back, feel me? Looking like you know, just picking up those small habits that help you seem more confident. And once you seem more confident, not only do you feel more confident, people start treating you like you're confident, and then that will also play into, but that's short lasting, right? That's not an everlasting confidence. You want to make sure that not only are you embodying all these characteristics, and you're also going to the root and then changing what you feel like you lack, that lack thereof confidence, to an abundance of confidence. But make sure you guys join the VIP list, subscribe to TyKwonDoe's YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube, MUEL.apparel. Tap in VIP list right now. Get your free purpose journal interactive ebook coming out in the next couple of weeks. You will be able to get that for free as long as you are on the VIP list.